All right, it's dark. We're on the road, obviously. Just dropping in here. Been sick for a few days. Still feeling it, but feeling a lot better here today. So maybe it's good that the video is very dark because it's very dark here. Hope you all have been following the Kyle Rittenhouse case, the trial. Man, there's just so much to go through, so much to go over, so many things that I didn't know. Um, we know Kyle Rittenhouse fired 8 shots total. Um, but what I didn't know before the trial started is I did not know that Kyle Rittenhouse actually did not fire the first shot. That the first shot was actually fired by a guy named Joshua Zeminski, and that was kind of weird. And then it came out today while Kyle was testifying. It came out that, and I haven't watched the full thing yet. Just got off work actually, not too long ago here. So, but from what I have watched, maybe I've watched maybe 2 or 3 hours in, but um, Zeminski, according to what Kyle Rittenhouse said, Zeminski um, actually told Joseph Rosenbaum to get him and kill him. So not only do you have Rosenbaum saying that he was going to kill Kyle, but you also have this other guy who fired the first shot in the whole thing, and he's saying, he tells Rosenbaum to kill Kyle. So I thought that was kind of odd, kind of weird, and I know it's just probably weird watching this. It's just like a black screen. It's probably what you're seeing here. So, anyways, nothing I can do about that. That's the weather. Um, it's, you know, it's dark. But man, this trial, I'll tell you, has taken a lot of twists and turns. But just trying to document the whole trial has been a big challenge to document everything that is going on. So um, I think I was about a day behind, so I'm still getting caught up on that. But I did try to watch as much of Kyle Rittenhouse's trial, of him on the stand, which I was really shocked too, especially when I was like, "Am I dreaming?" I thought maybe there was something wrong, but no, he's on the stand today, and I think for about a good 5 hours. I think he was the only person who took the stand today. Um, but man, just watching that trial and watching what Kyle Rittenhouse says about everything is just so different than what we've been hearing. But I still can't get over the fact that the first shot fired in this whole thing was not from Kyle Rittenhouse. It was by this other guy who was standing behind Joseph Rosenbaum. But even before that, when Kyle is running to the car source parking lot, he runs into Zeminski, and Joshua Zeminski kind of goes towards Kyle. Kyle backs up. He starts to run back the way that he came from, but Joseph Rosenbaum is there. So Kyle kind of runs into the street, avoiding Zeminski. Zeminski tells Joseph Rosenbaum to get him and kill him, basically, talking to Kyle Rittenhouse. Joseph Rosenbaum, earlier in that night, had already said that if he catches any of them by himself, he would kill them. He threatens to cut their hearts out. I mean, this guy is just nuts, right? But so, anyways, as Rosenbaum is chasing Kyle Rittenhouse, you see him go. He's kind of almost cornered into those cars. A shot goes off. Why did Joshua Zeminski fire a shot? There was no threat to him. There was no reason for him to fire that first shot. So I'm still kind of there. I still can't get over that first shot of why he would fire that first shot and then tell somebody else to get him and kill him. And then just kind of, walk around. And I mean, him that whole night, like, who is this guy? Zeminski is definitely a key player in this whole thing, who was holding his gun that whole night, not doing a concealed carry because he probably knows the law in that state. You can open carry. Um, so he's got a handgun on him the whole night, pretty much, like just carrying it. It's so odd. It's so very, very odd. He fires that first shot, and there's one video that you can see. You can see the kind of the puff of smoke go up. And so after that happens, and that's as Kyle is running away from Rosenbaum, Kyle turns back and sees Rosenbaum super duper close to him, fires a shot, hits Rosenbaum in the palm, and then basically Kyle fires four shots, kills the guy, um, justified, definitely justified, kills him, and then after Kyle fires his four shots, there's three more shots that are heard. Where did those three shots come from? Joshua is running in that, or walking casually with his girlfriend Kelly in that same way, almost towards walking down the street. So I don't know if he fired those shots there too. Conveniently, Joshua Zeminski, a couple days after this happens, reports his gun is stolen. That is another odd thing. So this guy is just super duper shady, never really brought up. The prosecution had no intention of talking about this guy, bringing him up. You can totally tell. No due diligence in this whole thing. But man, I just cannot get over, who is Joshua Zeminski? Who is this guy? What was he doing there? What is his association with Rosenbaum? Why would he tell Rosenbaum to go and kill Kyle Rittenhouse? Man, I don't know. I just cannot get past that point, and the fact that he fired the first shot. It's not like he fired it at Kyle or anything. He just fires it up into the air. He's an instigator, instigating the whole thing for that whole night. Him and his girlfriend or his wife Kelly, they're both, man. They're both should be definitely. I hope they're brought up in this trial. I hope they're questioned at some point. But I just cannot get past that. Um, I had thought that Kyle was the only one that fired any shots that night. That's not true. The police are saying there were shots fired that whole night. The police said the city was quote unquote on fire. They described it as a quote unquote war zone. These police can't have it both ways, man. You can't say that nobody should be out there protecting their property, and they're not going to protect their property. They're not protecting anything. The police were instructed to let the riots basically happen, only to respond if there was a felony or something like that. Well, what the hell, man? What are you guys there for? What are you doing? Like, what do you think is going to happen if that's, you're opening up the door and saying, hey, if you guys want to riot, if you guys want to do all this, sure, just don't commit any freaking felonies. It is just the most ridiculous thing. The police need to be held accountable for what happened here. This is not Kyle Rittenhouse's fault. If the police were doing their damn job, none of this would have happened. None of it. That's what it really comes down to. And you have these cities, these places where people are being told to stand down. And maybe it's not even the officer's fault. If they're being told to stand down, to not respond to these things, what the hell do you think is going to happen? So it really bothers me about that. It's just they're just, I don't know if they're inciting, encouraging, whatever it is. I mean, if people know that, hey, yeah, we can go riot and nobody's going to show up, nobody's going to do anything, there's no punishment for it, what the hell do you think they're going to do? I'm just so frustrated about the whole thing. The whole thing should have never happened. And they said, well, if Kyle wasn't there with the gun, it should not have happened. Well, you know what? If the police were doing their damn job, that wouldn't have happened either. I mean, it's just crazy to try to have it both ways, I guess. But and who knows? Now what's going to happen? This is, once Kyle Rittenhouse gets off, it's going to incite more riots and more. Then police are just going to stand by and let all that happen. It's crazy. It's crazy. They would not do this in some of these other cities, some of these other places too. That's why you don't have that. There should be no riot free, no pro riot zones. That's what you basically have in some of these cities. You had all these people who were trying to burn things down, including Zeminski, including Joseph Rosenbaum. I mean, that's just crazy. And that's before any of the shooting or anything like that happens. All of this crazy stuff is happening first. And then all of a sudden, this is supposed, I mean, I don't know. It's so frustrating. I'm sure everyone who's watching the trial or who watched the trial is pretty frustrated too. But it kind of, I kind of wondered, like, are they going to call Kyle to the stand? I didn't think they were going to call him to the stand at all. I was really shocked when that happened. And, I don't know if they felt like they had to because they got to get his side out. Is it really necessary to call him to the stand? Um, Maybe they felt like they needed to, but I mean, that kid it's 17 years old too. Showed more restraint than probably a lot of people, including the freaking police. When the police start dumping into people, they unload their whole freaking weapon. This kid fired 4 shots. The gun that he had, the AR-15, had 30 rounds. He fired 8 shots total. That's it. That's it. 8 shots total. He did. There were gunshots going off that whole night. You guys can look at some of these other cases, and then even when he tries to turn himself in, the police tell him to get the fuck back and go home. And he tells them, I'm turning myself in. I just shot somebody. The police were scared. And part of me doesn't blame them. And part of me is very frustrated with them. Man, I don't know. It's just the whole thing. It's the situation that the police, the people who are supposed to be protecting the city, protecting the people, they created the situation there. It's their job to do all that. And if they're not going to do it, they can't blame it on people that are going to do that. And they wanted to make Kyle an example so other people didn't do what Kyle did. So we don't defend our homes and our property. And Kyle had family in Kenosha. This wasn't just some random thing with freaking Kenosha. Kyle Rittenhouse is trapped at some point. A soldier, a military soldier who knows you don't leave anybody behind, left Kyle Rittenhouse behind. Whether it was, an accident, fine, but you still left him behind. Then Kyle Rittenhouse found himself trapped, and he could not go back. He could not go to get back to where he needed to get back to with all of the other group. And so he's trapped, and then he gets a call from Dominic Black, from his friend, who also said some weird things while he was on the witness stand. And he gets a call, and Dominic Black tells him to go to that car source because people are setting things on fire and they're breaking windows, etc., etc. Kyle Rittenhouse goes there by himself, because his friend told him to go there. He goes there, and then all of this happens. He's ambushed. He's got Joshua in front of him, who steps towards him with a gun. Kyle Rittenhouse moves back, tries to double back, can't double back because Joseph Rosenbaum is there. Rosenbaum chases him, and we all know what happens next. A pedophile dies. And then one of the other guys who's supposed to be with Kyle is there on the witness stand. Oh, I don't know. I wasn't there. You were fucking there. You were right there with him. What do you mean you don't know you were there? You were there. And what did you do? And then you left him there. He starts running. You don't follow him. I mean, it's just, it's great. And he's a soldier too. So these two guys are trained soldiers. They know better, and they didn't step in. And and Ryan Balch was one of the other guys that was with Kyle, and it's like, make sure that we're going to make sure we all stick together, and that was the whole plan. And then he disappears. It's so crazy. I know I'm jumping around here, but it's just so crazy. So then Kyle Rittenhouse, is searching for Ryan Balch, can't find him, can't get back to his other group. The police tell him they can't go that way. He's at this gas station. He gets a call from Dominic. He decides to go to the car source lot, car source number 3, which is where the Rosenbaum thing happens. He gets on the phone, tells Dominic he just shot somebody, that he had to. Uh, runs back, meets this other guy that was with him, this other soldier that was supposed to be, I think his name was Jason, that was supposed to be, watching his back and everything. And then he tells Jason, "I just shot somebody. I'm gonna go to the cop. I need help getting to the cops." So Kyle starts running. Jason is, who knows where the fuck he went? He took off somewhere else too, and he doesn't follow Kyle. If he would have followed Kyle, maybe, I don't know if he got scared. I don't know what the hell happened, but so then Kyle again finds himself by himself twice. Two different people that are both former soldiers. So then Kyle finds himself by himself. He's running towards the police to turn himself in. And he gets hit with a rock. He gets hit with Anthony Huber's skateboard. He gets hit and he falls down. This jump kick man, they call him jump kick man, the guy in the white pants who's never been identified. Nobody knows who the hell he is either. He jumps over Kyle. Kyle shoots at him twice, misses. Anthony Huber, again for a second time, hits Kyle Rittenhouse with a skateboard in the neck in the same place, using the skateboard as like a baseball bat. Kyle fires one shot, kills the guy in the chest, shoots him in the chest. Huber tried to grab Kyle's gun, did grab Kyle's gun. He felt Kyle Rittenhouse said Rosenbaum grabbed his gun too. Then you have this other idiot, Gage Grosskreutz, who is running at Kyle when all this is happening, as Kyle is on the ground. A lot of people are swarming Kyle. The video does not do the whole thing justice, obviously. The video shows people running towards him, but come on, you think those were the only people? Oh, if they're not in the video and they weren't running towards him, come on, man. It's stupid, but whatever. So Grosskreutz runs towards Kyle as the gunshots go off. Remember, Gage Grosskreutz has his gun in his hand that he is not supposed to have. His concealed carry is expired. Oh, I didn't know that until afterwards. Grosskreutz said that he was there as a medic. Everything he did had nothing to do with being a freaking medic. You can hear him on video saying, when Kyle was running around trying to help people, Grosskreutz is saying, we don't need your help, basically, right? We have our own they have their own medics. You can go home. What the hell? Grosskreutz first said, well, I was there, I felt like they needed a medic presence or whatever. And then there's a medic there, but because he's not with you, or because he doesn't identify with you or whatever you're doing there, because you think he's part of some gang or Proud Boys or whatever it is, some group, that he should not be there because he's protecting businesses and putting out fires. Grosskreutz isn't doing that. He's not putting out any freaking fires. So he's got a gun. He is illegally concealed carrying. Grosskreutz, as Huber gets shot, Grosskreutz hears the shot, kind of backs up, puts his arms up with the gun in hand. His gun in one hand, cell phone in the other hand. Kyle points the gun at Grosskreutz. Grosskreutz, has his hands up. Then Grosskreutz moves the gun to Kyle, points it at his head, and that's why he got shot in the right arm. So he can't whack it no more, probably, but that's about it. So he gets shot. He's crying. He still has a gun in his hand. He doesn't tell the police that. In his lawsuit, that he's a $10 million lawsuit that Grosskreutz is filing, he doesn't tell them that. He doesn't put any of that in there. He tells the cops that the gun dropped out of his waist. A liar. What a liar. Man, I mean, it gets worse and worse. And then he's at some pro-communist type rally, Viva the Revolution, whatever, all that garbage, all that communist crap. So he's nobody's telling the truth. So I understand why Kyle Rittenhouse probably felt like he had to take the stand to defend himself. Again, he defended himself that whole night against all of these crackhead idiots, all of these criminals and felons. And now he has to stand up on the stage, on the witness stand, and defend himself again because of this situation that he didn't put himself in. I just no, I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that at all, man. He did what what a lot of us should have done in that same spot there, but nah, just he is the victim, and they try to call Anthony Huber a hero. The guy's a hero for hitting Kyle Rittenhouse with a skateboard while Kyle Rittenhouse is on the ground. Anthony Huber is a coward. He is a freaking coward. He's not a hero. Hero does not do that. What Kyle Rittenhouse did is what a hero does. You shoot. You don't try to kill. You shoot when you are defending yourself. When you're on the ground, people are chasing you. People are trying to threaten you. People threaten you to kill you. That's totally different. The prosecution doesn't want to cover any of that. Prosecutor, I also felt, was like he was just going through the whole motions, just doing his job. That's his job. What you see there, what he was doing, was his job. So it's up to Kyle Rittenhouse again to defend himself, his lawyers, and all that. And I hope, I was chatting with my friend Steven. I was like, man, I hope he sues, but he probably won't. He doesn't seem like that type to sue because he knows it. Sue what? You're just suing the city that just burned down, that just had all of these issues, that just had all of these problems. The best thing that Kyle can do is do exactly what he's doing right now, so that the city realizes, hey, you know what? Maybe we should do something about these rioters. Maybe we shouldn't just let them burn down our freaking cities. Maybe that's not a good idea. Maybe let's hire more cops. Maybe let's try to enforce the freaking laws here. Maybe we deputize some people so we have more people walking around. We have more people keeping an eye out. The rioters, you had protesters, and you had demonstrators, but you had people there that were from that city that were trying to protect that city too, that understood why the rioters and the demonstrators and the protesters were out there. But they also were, you can hear multiple times of them shouting, not to burn down their city. This is our city. It makes no sense. You have an issue with the police and you're going to burn down everything else. That doesn't make any sense. That is what these trained, hired, professional instigators do. It's what they've done. They've done it for years. They will continue to do that. But this was a big victory. What Kyle Rittenhouse did is a big victory for truth, a big victory for the people, for constitutionalists, and just overall, just hopefully this will get people to kind of wake up, man, recognize this type of activity, just rioting. Oh, it doesn't. It's just property. It's just these are people's livelihoods. The car source, even though they made a big thing about, oh no, we didn't call them out there. That was a lie too. We didn't know they were going to be out there. Lies. So, anyways, this is all going to unfold here, and I look forward to seeing what's happened next. And God bless you all. Thank you all for letting me just kind of rant here for a few minutes. And I've just been really sick and trying to get better and trying to get back into the swing of things, into this. So, hope you all have a great day. Have a great night. And sorry, the quality of the video I know is going to be really bad, really low because it's night. So, until next time, God bless you all.